欢迎各位收看我们这一期的嗨投资新手教室哦。俗话说一样米养百样人，市场中的投资伙伴也是百百种哦。有人喜欢抱着绩优股定期领取配息，有人呢则是偏好挑选稳健成长的股票，想要赚取资本利得。当然还有一部分的朋友则是热衷于天天杀进杀出哦。说穿了，这人最大的差异就在于喜欢操作短线、中线还是长线哦。到底要操作短线好呢，还是长线好？这个议题在新手投资人心中始终是个重要的问题，但是建议各位还是先了解短线跟长线的差异，适合的股票类型以及自己的投资习惯，或许呢就能够找出自己的解答咯。本次的新手教室呢，首先就先跟各位厘清所谓的短线跟长线，或许跟你想象中的不太一样哦。接着再来说明两者之间的差异，最后则是针对短线还有长线，说明投资人适合的股票类型哦。事实上，短线和长线并没有绝对的定义，毕竟呢，两者之间只是比较的用语哦。有些人觉得持有半年以上就叫做长线，但是对于具有远见的投资高手而言，半年其实并不算长哦，因为他们一旦看好某个产业或者是某间企业的前景，很有可能一抱就是3-5年哦。相反的，对于热衷操作短线玩当冲的投资人而言，持股1周或许就算是他的长线了。也因为如此哦，所以短线跟长线因人而异。不过必须跟各位厘清哦，短线和长线虽然表面上差别在于持有股票的时间长短，但是呢，这个时间其实也只是结果，并不是动机。怎么说呢？以喜欢操作短线的投资人为例的话，他们尤其在乎资金的使用效率，所以一部分的人都会替自己设定严格的退场机制。但是呢，这个退场机制未必是以几天之内一定要卖出持股为唯一首要的条件哦。因为当他们研判持股后续近期情势看好的话，获利有可能大于他们其他投资标的的时候，很有可能就会选择延长持股的时间哦。由此可知呢，对于喜欢操作短线的投资人而言，以最高的资金使用效率，追求当下赚取最大价差的可能，才是操作短线的动机。而持股时间长短，也只是最后表现出来的结果哦。其实身边有不少新手投资人哦，在听到投资前辈分享几天之内获利10倍的故事，就对于操作短线跃跃欲试哦。但是实际参与投资之后呢，又有一些人一抱就是好几个月。事后我们去问这些人，他们总是说想要等它涨回来之后再卖掉，而从短线转为长线。如果是这样子的话，其实这个并不叫做转做长线哦，而是不敢认赔而已。既然是要操作短线，一旦发现短期内持股后续获利的机会渺茫了，就应该严守自己的停损点来做退场的动作，绝对不要因为被套牢而改口说自己是在做长线，这样子呢，只会造成大幅降低资金的使用效率，错失更好的投资机会。玩短线跟做长线，除了投资动机不同，持股时间有差异之外，在操作上还有很多不一样的地方哦。以下就提供几个方向给新手投资人作为参考咯。首先就先开宗明义谈谈操作难度的部分。玩短线的难度远高于做长线哦。虽然根据以往的统计，两者平均报酬率差不多，但是对于想做长线的投资人而言呢，可以用基本面分析作为主要的选股依据。至于想玩短线的投资人呢，他们就必须要懂得更多操盘的知识或者是技巧，除了基本面之外，更要熟悉技术面还有筹码面，才能够挑选合适的进退场时间，在短期内获取最大的报酬率哦。考量的因素相对起来当然是比较复杂一点。除此之外呢，更要有随时面对外在的诱惑而造成损失的坚强心态咯。另外，因为玩短线讲求看准时机，频繁的进退场，所以就必须考量到手续费还有税的问题哦。对于还没有熟悉技巧的新手投资人而言呢，有时候玩短线，最后结算成绩的时候才会发现，我好不容易赚到了钱，却被手续费跟税给吃掉了。至于隐形成本的部分呢，因为玩短线追求更高的资金使用效率，以及期望在短期间内能够获得更好的投资报酬，所以必须要耗费很多的时间关注市场中任何的风吹草动。一旦发现机会或者是危机，就必须要有勇气当机立断做进退场的决策哦。反观做长线的投资人，就只需要在一开始挑选前景看好的产业还有标的股，省下之后实时盯盘、日日检讨的心力还有时间哦。 虽然玩短线有刚才提到的那些缺点，不过在变现方面就比长线来得好咯。同时更可以随时因应整体环境来调整自己的投资组合，来帮助自己再冲高短期报酬率。所以整体而言呢，灵活性是比长线来得高咯。在之前有跟各位介绍过绩优股、龙头股，还有话题股、概念股等等的。偏好短线或者是长线的投资人，适合操作的股票类型也不太一样哦。对于热衷超短线的投资人而言，想要冲高获利，除了要选到短期成长力道强劲的标的股之外，最好呢一开始它的股价也稍微被低估，毕竟能够低买高卖才是最高境界嘛。但是呢，绩优股或者是产业龙头股，别说股价被低估的可能性非常低，短期内股价快速飙涨的可能性也相对比较低哦。例如说台塑，过去1年股价从大约80元成长到90元，你说它有成长吗？当然有啊，但是它的速度够快吗？严格来说，花了1年的时间只赚取 12.5% 的差价，并不太算快。所以这类型的股票呢，就不太适合偏好玩短线的投资人哦。但是对于着重基本面、产业或者是企业发展的长线投资人而言呢，这类型稳健的股票就非常的合适。只要眼光够准，产业景气持续不错，平时是不必要花太多的时间来管理他们的股票。透过长期持有股票，更可以定期收取股利，也是一个相当不错的选择哦。相反的，话题股还有概念股，常常会因为市场的讯息或者是媒体的揭露，而让他们的股价剧烈的变化哦。这类型的股票呢，就完全符合超短线投资人的口味哦。只要能够在第一时间，甚至提前掌握讯息，辅以其他的分析工具跟精准的预测，就能够比较短的时间内获取差价哦。例如说，上半年的标股的代言人玉晶光，从1月12日到24日，短短的10个交易日里面，它的股价就从原本的106元飙涨到216元，成长1倍之多哦。但是想要透过话题股或者是概念股赚取短期价差，其实有时候他们在下决策的时候，未必已经拥有100%充分的资讯，一旦赌错的方向，就很有可能产生亏损哦。所以操作这类型的股票，因为必须时时紧迫盯盘，留意各种风吹草动，所以操作起来相当的费时费神，就未必符合做长线投资人的习惯咯。到底是操作短线好，还是做长线比较好呢？有些新手投资人会觉得操作短期比较容易快速赚大钱，其实这句话只对了一半哦。操作短期确实赚到大钱会比较快一点，但是呢，他却忽略了在赚到大钱之前，他到底赔了多少，支付了多少的手续费哦。根据以往的统计，投资报酬率其实是不相上下的。建议呢，还是回归自己到底喜欢哪一种操盘的方式。如果是喜欢玩短线的话，就要认清楚自己是不是拥有喜欢实时盯盘、快很准做出决策的个性哦。至于想要喜欢做长线的人呢，就必须要提醒自己，不要因为一点市场的波动，就开始对自己当初的决策而感到疑惑。本次的新手教室呢，就跟各位介绍到这边。
I never know what markets are going to do. I know what markets are going to do over a long period of time. They're going to go up. But in terms of what's going to happen in a day or a week or a month or a year even, I've never felt that I knew it, and I've never felt it was important. We're almost always a buyer of stocks, and we're a more aggressive buyer when they're going down. I mean, I feel much better when they're going down. I think every business should be run as efficiently as possible. And some are and some aren't. We try to buy the ones that are. I mean, I bought my first stock in April of 1942. I was 11. Pearl Harbor had happened 3 or 4 months earlier. We were losing the war. I mean, you want to talk about a bad outlook for the country. The country's not going to go away. The plants aren't going to go away. The people aren't going to go away. The talents aren't going to go away. The country will grow in value over time. Now, who gets it is another question, but...
Hey YouTube fans, I'm Landon Downey from CNBC. Thanks so much for checking out our channel. Here you'll find videos packed with all the info that you need to be smarter about your finances. Be sure and subscribe by clicking right here, and click on all the videos around me to see CNBC's original series, Young Money, Tech Bet, Kramer's Mad Money, and all the latest from CNBC.
Hello, Mark Lowdy here. You know, you frequently hear people discuss the virtues of trading versus investing. Trading being the very short-term play in the market compared to investing, which is much more about long-term holding. So for now, let's just take a look at whether long-term investing in the Singapore market pays off. Once again, you shouldn't take anything I say as financial advice. As always, check with somebody who is qualified to provide you that advice tailored to your individual needs. But anyway, here we go. So this is how the Straits Times Index has performed. This is a chart which goes back many, many years, and you can see the financial crisis in 2009, 2010 very clearly there with that massive decline. And even in between, even though we've had that very substantial run there from 2003 to 2007 on the left-hand side of that screen, it's obviously a chart that shows considerable volatility. So the multi-million-dollar question is, does long-term investing pay? Well, here is the number. This is the return of the Straits Times Index from February 2004, so pretty much towards the beginning of that bull run, to February 2014. And if you count out dividends, the market has returned, that is the broad index has returned almost 65%. That's excluding the dividends. Now, in order to gain exposure to such a movement, you might like to consider an ETF, an exchange-traded fund. ETFs, by their nature, are passive investments. They don't outperform the market, they don't underperform the market, they give you an almost exact correlation, an almost exact return to the market. In other words, without having to think about picking stocks, you buy the ETF and that way you get that exposure to the market. Remember, talk to your financial advisor first. But the benefits of that is, first of all, that you are able to get execution, you're able to buy and sell the ETF just like any other stock. But it gives you the diversification like a mutual fund, which by definition invests in a number of different securities. In the case of the Straits Times exchange-traded funds, they invest obviously in the 30 Straits Times constituents, representing about 14 sectors. The other benefit of ETFs is that there is a lower expense ratio. Now, usually when you buy a mutual fund, you pay an upfront sales fee of anywhere between 1 and 5%, depending which fund manager you're talking about and who you buy it from. And then there's an annual management fee, which usually also amounts to anywhere between 0.5% to 2 or even 3%. Once again, depends on the fund that you're buying. By contrast, exchange-traded funds, as I mentioned, you don't pay any upfront fee because it's just the brokerage fee and the usual transaction fees with stocks, but you still get the diversification. And then there is this very low expense ratio on an ongoing basis. There are two exchange-traded funds we're going to look at, particularly pertaining to the Straits Times Index. They are the SPDR STI ETF, which was launched back in 2002, and the Nikko Asset Management Singapore STI.
Here we are once again. It's Tyrone Jackson, the Wealthy Investor from thewealthyinvestor.net. Of course, you know I'm coming at you again with another hot video. Easy to understand, some stock trading education and things that you need to know. So without further delay, I want to get right into it. And I want to talk to you about a strategy that is overlooked if you're into stock market trading and investing for financial freedom. And that's called dividend collection. All right. So I want to talk to you in this video about the importance and significance of the stocks that you own, making sure that you own a certain amount of stocks that actually pay you dividends. Why? Dividends are a form of residual income, and in the Wealthy Investor Program, we certainly love residual income. We can't get enough of that money that automatically hits our trading accounts once every 13 weeks. I want to talk about two stocks here today. The first is, in the Wealthy Investor Program, if you're already in the program, part of what we do is we analyze stocks called technical analysis by picture first. Here we go. Notice American Express's performance over the past 5 years. Now, yes, there were stocks that moved faster, but let's take an intelligent, wealthy investor approach to investing where everything doesn't happen fast, but we actually build wealth over time. Do you notice that if you would have purchased American Express down here at $40 a share, that your investment would have doubled today? Why? Let's keep this extremely simple. $40 twice is $80, right? Now, if you're in the Wealthy Investor Program and we start to build a position at 40, and it means we're buying more shares on the way up, and the stock, so as it's rising, we're actually getting more and more assets. But here's the thing that's really fascinating. a dividend. You notice down here the 52-week range is $71.47, and it's been as high as $96.24. You see that down here? But this is what a lot of newbies in the stock market miss, and they miss tremendous amounts of wealth and opportunity to make money because they don't focus on stocks that pay a dividend. Now you see this right down here. I'm going to actually highlight the dividend here on American Express. Right now it's $1.04 per share. Now what is a dividend? A dividend is your share of a company's profits on a quarterly basis. In other words, after they've paid all their bills, who do they pay? They pay their shareholders. Now, I'm not going to go into net applicable to common and whose dividend rises the fastest within the 36-month period. That's a whole nother strategy that you can capitalize on. What I want you to focus on in this lesson is this $1.04 here. And notice we'd be getting $1.04, which equates to 26 cents per share per quarter. Why? Because we get that American Express dividend once every 13 weeks. If you have a trading account, it's automatically deposited into your trading account. Now, I prefer, if you're in the Wealthy Investor Program, you know I prefer that you have these dividend checks mailed to you at your house. They're a form of residual income, and that you spend them. Spending dividend checks makes you a better trader. There's some interesting psychological reasons for that. But I want you to imagine that you own some shares of American Express, not to trade in and out of, but just to capture that dividend and let the stock price rise, let the value of this asset rise. If you owned 100 shares of AXP every 13 weeks, you get a dividend at your house for what? $26. If you owned 1,000 shares of AXP that you started buying at, let's say, $40 or $50 or $60, you're getting rewarded every 13 weeks because your dividend check would be what? 26 cents times 1,000, which is $260. If you owned 10,000 shares of American Express, like some people do, I want to mention this. Stocks are not only assets, but they can be passed on to your kids, to family members. You can inherit stock. 10,000 shares would get you what? $2,600 per quarter of American Express delivered at your home. That's over $10,000 per year just in dividends. You don't even have to sell the stock. Is this good news? This is great news. Now, what would happen if you owned 500,000 shares of American Express? You'd be getting a lot of money, right? Now let's take a look at what the wealthy do and why you should be emulating. You should be duplicating exactly what they do. Now let me just teach you this about the stock market and anything that you're going to endeavor with. Success always leaves clues. Success always leaves clues. So if you're endeavoring to be a wealthy investor, then you need to follow the clues that the wealthy are leaving for us. Under this section here, you'll notice, this is all on Yahoo Finance, Ken Chenault. Now, who is Ken Chenault? I've profiled him on the Facebook page many times. Ken Chenault is the president and CEO of American Express. As part of his pay package, he gets what? American Express shares awarded to him. How many shares does he actually own according to this little data point right here? 733,000 shares he currently owns. Do you know what his quarterly dividend check is? What is 26 cents times 733,000? It's over $182,000 per what? Per quarter, every 13 weeks. My point that I'm making to you is if Ken Chenault is acquiring more shares, now he gets his shares because he works for the company as part of his pay package, shouldn't you and I not only be holding on to shares of American Express, but collecting that dividend? Why? The best kind of income you could ever earn in your life is residual income because it happens automatically. All right? But I want you to notice something. Coca-Cola stock not only rose over the past 5 years, but look and see how much their dividend is. It's $1.22, a 3.2% yield with the stock trading at this level. That yield down here protects the stock from actually dropping from an institution's point of view. But the dividend is $1.22 divided by what? 4, because you get that dividend 4 times a year. It's 30 cents a share. Obviously, if you own 100 shares of Coca-Cola, you're looking at $30 showing up at your house. If you don't keep your dividends in your brokerage account, 1,000 shares bring you $300. 10,000 shares brings you what? 3,000. And what if you owned 1,000,000 shares, like an institution would, of Coca-Cola? Well, you'd be looking at $300,000. What? Per quarter. 369. That's $1.2 million just in dividend collections. And then people wonder why their stocks in their account go down because they never purchase stocks like Coca-Cola with dividends. So 1,000,000 shares get you $300,000 per quarter for doing what? Nothing but being a Coca-Cola shareholder. Now, let's look and see who is the largest shareholder in Coca-Cola. The largest institution is what? A company called Berkshire Hathaway. And how many shares do they own? Oh, I don't know. 400 million shares? What's the dividend per quarter every 13 weeks distributed to shareholders? 30 cents. What is 30 cents times 400 million? Don't worry, you don't have to count that money because Berkshire Hathaway is owned by who? Warren Buffett, considered to be the best investor in the U.S. stock market of all times, who's currently worth on any given day $50 to $60 billion. Now, why is a guy who's worth $50 to $60 billion own 400 million shares of Coca-Cola? Because that's what makes him rich. So I want you to remember from this video, success leaves clues. If Warren Buffett is bothering to own 400 million shares of Coca-Cola, why? Just for the fun of it? Or does he like collecting dividends too? The best thing that you can add to your stock trading efforts right now is collecting dividends because they create financial freedom. Look at this chart. We see this pattern over and over and over again, especially in Dow components of American Express. Are you in on the American Express dividend? Are you in on the Coca-Cola dividend, which has a tendency to increase and has a 3.1% yield just for stock ownership? You see, when you have a financial education, you can slowly invest your money or quickly invest your money and get a return on it every 13 weeks just through dividend collection. So don't just be a trader. Don't just be an investor. Your job is to be what? An educated, wealthy investor. This is Tyrone Jackson saying so long for now. Play this game with smarts and intelligence.